like Trick does.
What up, y'all? This your boy Ace here, and welcome to Afternoons Delight. Let's talk about this one, man. Let's talk about this one. So, interesting start to the show. Trick Williams and Melo. So they arrived and they was answering some questions, right? And then they go through the deadline highlight package. And then they come back to the performance center area where Carmelo Hayes was actually holding his leg and writhing in pain. Same way Trick Williams did back in October. It was the same setup. Trick Williams was in the Carmelo position where he was asking for help, getting people over there to help Carmelo out. It probably wasn't as serious as Trick Williams what he went through because he didn't have to. I think Trick Williams had to go to the hospital after that, right? What they were saying in that. We saw Melo come back out later in the night. So Trick Williams was in the ring. And he's talking about this big Iron Survivor Challenge. And by the way, I've been saying this for a while with Trick Williams. The guy's the next Rock, bro. And I don't give a fuck what nobody says. He's the next Rock. And the reason why I say this is he seems like he's a man of the people. Me and my nephew were watching a Deadline on Saturday together. And we just felt the energy from that Bridgeport crowd. This is an NXT guy, and it felt like he was the biggest man on the roster. Not a Braun Breaker, not a Carmelo Hayes, not an Ilja Dragunov. Like, this felt like the guy on the main roster. I mean, on the NXT roster. This dude has a swag. He has everything that The Rock had. I don't think he's as good as The Rock as far as, like, on the mic. Maybe just yet. I think he's going to get there. He can certainly roast like The Rock, and we know that. And those are things that he's going to improve on. The more and more he gets on the mic, he's going to improve to that level that The Rock was at, because The Rock wasn't always there. The Rock had to improve as well, just like everybody else has to do. I give Trick like 2 or 3 years. I give him like 2 or 3 years, and this man is going to be commanding the crowd. You know what I mean? Like really, like I'm talking about the main roster crowds. You're going to be commanding everything. This dude, he's money. He's the one guy right now that is a generational superstar. And again, he's got a lot of parallels to The Rock. I never felt like The Rock at any point was the best wrestler in the company, like best in-ring performer. I think Trick is going to be just like him as far as even in the ring. And he, like, Melo and Ilya obviously the two best. And it shows every week. Right? But the total package is Trick Williams. Like, he's got it. He's got it where Melo don't got it. Like, it's something about this guy. He's got it. So, Ilya comes out. You know, we're going to see Ilya and Trick actually face each other at New Year's Evil. This is on January 2nd, so in a few weeks from now. 3 weeks from now. And so as far as Trick goes, right, they're talking. And then Melo comes out and kind of interrupts. So you could tell by the look of Trick. I mean, Trick didn't really want Melo out there. Like, you know, why you coming out here, man? This between me and Ilya. But Melo said it was time to deal with some business that they talked about from earlier, right? And Melo surprisingly came out there like he was limping, though. But he surprisingly came out like nobody was really expecting Melo to come out there, right? And so Melo starts blaming everything on Ilya. And it was like, no, like, you know, you could tell that Ilya was baffled, like, why are you blaming me? And Trick wasn't so much buying it that Ilya was the one that attacked him. You could tell. And then, you know, Ilya was making his case that he didn't. But, you know, Trick still wanted some reassurance to it. Because he said, tell me you just didn't say that. I did not attack you if you did get attacked, right? And so Ilya wanted to leave the ring and leave the business to the two men. But Trick was like, you need to stay up in here, right? And so they were fighting over the title. You know, Melo and Ilya fight over the title when he accidentally hit Trick. So it's the same thing been happening over and over again. But what's different about this time, right, is that the whodunit for the whodunit mystery, the crowd got into it a little bit, right? The crowd was chanting Melo's guilty or something like that. Yeah, Melo's guilty. Melo's guilty. And then I think some people saying, but he's not, or something like that in the crowd. It makes you think, what if HBK is going to pull a rabbit out of the hat on this one? Because all the signs show that Melo is setting this whole thing up. Like, he might have injured himself, right? Faked the whole thing. That's why he was okay to come out there, right? It makes sense. What if Melo, by some trick or trade, wasn't really the one that attacked either one of them? What if somebody has attacked them? It's leading me to believe that HBK doesn't want this to be an obvious type of whodunit. Because here's the one thing. This is what's making me think that it's not going to be Melo. And I'm going to tell you why. I think it's not going to be Melo. First of all, HBK, just the way he handled the Blair Davenport one, is making me think that it isn't. It might be somebody that's outside the company. And I really do feel like he wouldn't have stretched it out this much if it was Melo. Now, I know they're doing a little bit of character development with this as well, as far as like Melo slowly slipping into the dark side ever so slowly. Because we saw that Melo was behind Trick. We talked about that in the Deadline video that I did too. Like, Melo was right behind Trick, right? Looking real suspicious. Kind of stalking him a little bit, right? What if they're just adding that in because he's such a red herring right now? And like, he's still a red herring. What if he's actually not the one that did it, though? If it comes out. Because now that HBK knows, the crowd knows, maybe he's going to pull a rabbit out of that. Something to look forward to. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all thinking, because it's so interesting the way they're setting it. What's making me think it's not Melo is how long it's taking. Because I just really don't feel like they would have spent a lot of time knowing that people already know that Melo is behind it. Like, to spend this much time. It didn't end up being Melo anyways. It's like, bro, you could have wrapped this up like a month ago. You know, you bought in what's his name? Lexus King and everything. Like, what's going on here, you know? Well, let me know in the comment section what y'all think. I'm going ahead and give this video a like, share, subscribe. Shout out to John Drake, Quiet 2019, BSC Games, Spirit of Kingdom, all y'all boys, bro. Shout out to all of y'all, man. The one guy, he always changes his name. I can't really shout him out because he always changes his name, but I know he calls me Delight. But he always changes his name, though, so I don't know. You gotta let me know what you want me to call you so I can shout you out in my videos a little bit more often. But shout out to y'all. Hopefully I'll get a chance to respond to some of y'all, man. I just haven't had time. Because y'all have written some really good responses on my videos. I've been reading them. But hopefully I'll get a chance to respond to y'all, man. But let me know y'all thoughts in the comment section. Give this video a like, share, subscribe. We got to move on to the ladies. Cora J, man. Let's talk about her next. Thank y'all for watching. After News to Like.